Movie review number 1382 is Idiocracy. Idiocracy is a 2006 movie directed by Mike Judge, who also directed Office Space. This movie has 20th Century Fox in it, and I saw this movie on July 14th, 2025 at Mariemont Theatre in Mariemont, Ohio. So in 2005, average and everyday private Joe Bowles is selected to take part in a secret military experiment that will put him in hibernation for a year, along with a woman named Rita. The slumbering duo is forgotten when the base they are stored on is closed down, and they are left in stasis until 2505. So 500 years later. Dang, that's a long time. So when Joe Barrows and Rhea come out of their pods, they soon discover that the average intelligence of humans have rapidly decreased so much that Joe is now considered the smartest man in the world. So it's interesting that the movie is called Idiocracy, especially since the human intelligence in this movie has rapidly decreased to the fact that the most of the people that you see in the movie aren't exactly that smart. And Joe Barrows, who is like an average guy that you see in the beginning of the movie, he is considered to be the smartest man in the world throughout the rest of the movie, even though nothing has changed about him. All that has changed is the population and the human existence, and of course, 500 years into the future. So Joe Barrows and Rhea might have to figure out what to do as they try to convince the not really too bright humans that they're not really like a threat to them, and maybe they can do some good to them. That is, if the humans that you see in this film will understand or comply with their request, Joe's and Rita's request. This movie I thought was pretty good. I heard that when this movie was released, it wasn't released in a lot of films. I mean, a lot of videos. But I was really glad to see this movie. I haven't heard about it at first. When I found out about it, when this movie was going to be released, I decided to see it, and I enjoyed it. So this movie has Luke Wilson as Joe Bowers slash Not Sure. He is a former librarian in the United States Army who wakes up 500 years into the future to find that humanity's intelligence has greatly declined. Maya Rudolph portrays Rita. She is a woman that is selected to participate in this experiment along with Joe Bowers, and she, just like Joe, awakens 500 years into the future. Dash Shepard portrays Frito Pendeljo. He is a royal who becomes Joe Bowers' friend, despite the fact that Frito does not really understand what Joe is saying at times. Terry Crews portrays Dwayne Elizondo Mountain Dew Hobo Camacho, who is the President of the United States. Andrew Wilson portrays Brief Supreme, a rehabilitation officer. And Brad Jordan portrays Upgrade with two D's. Somebody that Rita knows. We also see David Holman as the Secretary of State, Justin Wong as Dr. Restis, Stephen Root as Judge Hector, Anthony Elcitrid Campos as the Secretary of Defense, Thomas Hayden Church as Broadnose Chief Executive, and Sarah Wu as the Attorney General. So this is another movie that takes place in a dystopian future, way into the future, 500 years from into the 500 years to be exact, where the intelligence of humans has rapidly declined. And when Joe Bowers does this evaluation test about his intelligence, he basically passes with flying colors. As the test is like You would think it would be easy for us today, but for the humans in 2505, maybe not so much. Especially with a question about how many blocks do you have if you have one block and you get another block. I mean, but I still thought it was a pretty good movie. And it's pretty interesting to see how the movie went along from the beginning to the end, and how Joe and Rita kind of help change the course of human intelligence at the end of the movie. I won't say what happens, but I still thought it was pretty good. So that's my movie review of Idiocracy. Please tune in for this movie review. Alright, goodbye.